Welcome to the Pioneer Coaches Show presented by GoMart. Go for good times, go for GoMart. With me now is head track and field coach Dan Meyers. Coach, thanks for being here today.
Jagger, thanks for having me.
All right, Coach, you closed out the regular season over the weekend. You're at the Mountaineer Showcase on Friday and at the Jasmine Claggett Memorial Invite at Wesleyan on Saturday. 2 school records, 16 personal bests. Both of those school records come from Janae Scott, and she moved into 15th in the country in the shot put. What did you think of the weekend overall?
Yeah, it was a long, for our hammer throwers, they had a long 2 days. And really anybody that went to the W meet and, the Wesleyan meet went long in the throws. So it was a long weekend. But no, we got a lot out of it. Macy Hilvers kind of got out of a funk in the hammer, and she threw 46 at both meets. Will Jackson picked up victories in both meets, throwing over 57. I think right now, Coach Johnson, I counted, he has 8 throws above our previous school record, and it might be a little on the low end. It might be 9 or 10. He's just had a phenomenal season. Jenna Barnett competed at W in the steeplechase. She took the victory, and gets her in the mix of potentially competing at the conference meet. So, there was some good things at W, and we kind of rolled it into our senior day, and we recognized Danny Cargill, Brianna Browning, Janae Scott, Marlon Moore, and Bella Skeens, and they've just been not just great athletes for our program, but they've been great people. And one of my favorite senior classes, even though it's kind of small, but it's good to have a small senior class, and we're very, very young, and just a lot of good things that happened. There was two or three pretty monumental moments of the meet, and I'll kind of highlight those. I mean, we kind of started out the day real early, so about like 9:30. Between 9:30 and 10 o'clock in the morning, Janae Scott hit 14:65, which is her outdoor school record, outdoor personal best. It's her 15th in the country, like you said. And that should pretty much get her into the national meet. It's still going to be tight. We'd like a little bit bigger of a throw, but that's a very, very good mark. And she followed it up with a hammer school record, going 49 and some change. And then we had a really electric day in men's high jump. I think it was just a really warm day. Coach Clay got our high jump group ready. We threw in 2 guys that hadn't high jumped all year. Diggy went almost 6 foot. Chase Livingood got over 6 foot. And then it was just kind of the Carson Smith and Ian Strader show, pushing each other. Carson Smith hasn't high jumped in about a year since he was in high school. He went almost 6'5". It really helps us. I think not only is he, scoring in the conference, I think he's 12th in the region, just jumping out and doing that. Ian Strader moved to 6th in the region, tied for the lead in the conference, going 2 meters. I'd have to say probably our highest jump since Sean Arthur was here, so about 6 or 7 years. So that was huge. First 2-meter jumper since I've been ahead of the program, and that's awesome for Coach Clay's group. Then the third and final thing, none of the teams that we raced against raced an 18 4x4, but we had our backs up against the wall. We hadn't had a 4x4 time down all year. Now, you don't need a relay mark. You can go in as a no time at conference, but our men's 4x4 was runner-up in indoors, and we want to be in the fast heat, so we had to put a mark down. And we had our normal 400 guys. Rory Taylor Young got us off with like a 48 split. Carson Smith, Chase Livingood ran very well. Then we threw Jackson Mallet on the anchor leg about 45 minutes after he ran the 800 and just completely battled for us. And it was our second best time outside of what we ran in indoor, and that got us into the fast heat at conference. So those were some really big things that happened. We got a 4x1 men's team marked down, which got us in the fast heat. So there was a lot of things that we needed to take care of business, and we were able to do that. And across the board, like you said, about 16 personal best. Always good to go back to my alma mater, celebrate our seniors, celebrate Jasmine, who the meet's named after. Just a special weekend always when we head down there, and it was great weather, and we're really excited about what's upcoming this weekend.
And now you've been able to gain some momentum going into the MEC Championships. Looking back at the indoor, you finished 5th on the women's side, 7th on the men's side. And like I mentioned, some momentum here lately. What do you want to see out of your team this coming weekend at the MEC Outdoor Championships?
Yeah, our goal is both teams in the upper half of the league. Since I've been here, I think our upper echelon of athletes is the best it's been in maybe school history. And then, I think it's going to take a few more recruiting classes to build some more depth into what we're doing. But, as many people we can get on the podium, as many people we can get into the point scoring conversation. There's a lot of things that if you would have asked me in August about where people would have been ranked, I would have called you crazy. I mean, Natalie Barr and Katie Hicks are ranked 1 and 3 in the 10K. Janae Scott is, the clear favorite right now in shot put, and she's thrown 4 meters further than she ever threw discus last year. And hammer, she's done well at as well. And with what Will Jackson's done, Nick Pitchford, Rory, all of our 4x4 high jumpers, Diggy. There's just a lot to hang our hat on no matter where we finish this weekend, and just some clear momentum heading towards the end of the season and hopefully into next year as well.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you coming on today and good luck this coming weekend.
Thank you.
Basketball season is rolling, baby. Tony here, and I'm feeling the groove.
Brad here checking in, and when the hoops are flying, it's full court fun at GoMart.
That's right, the Groovy Hoops promotion is on now. Take your shot to earn bonus reward points and tokens when you purchase one of 6 specially marked items.
Collect all 6 tokens for an additional 2,000 points. Sign up for GoMart Rewards and watch your points soar like a slam dunk in platform shoes.
Go to GoMart.com or check the app for all the details.
Stay groovy.
Welcome back to the Pioneer Coaches Show presented by GoMart. Joining me now is head softball coach Sara Scoone. Coach, thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
Our coach, it was a 3-1 weekend and a big weekend with Fairmont State and Frostburg. Started out with a sweep of Fairmont State on Saturday, used a no-hitter from Kylie Burke in Game 1, and then some late-inning dramatics in Game 2 there to take the sweep there. So what did you think of Saturday's performance?
Oh my gosh, I have so many thoughts about Saturday. First of all, let's say that Kylie has been flirting with no-hitters now for 4 years. The amount of preparation that went into that first game against Fairmont for the entire week was insane. Given the circumstances that we had, Tim, Kate, McKenna, and all of the girls, I mean, it was so 1,000% on that one game to where this is what we're going to do this moment. And it came into fruition, and it was just beautiful. I'm so insanely proud. I also kind of want to just sit on that for a second because I want everyone that listens to this, because I know my girls listen to this, and hopefully it's different if they hear it on headphones than in person. But no, the big thing here is that the coaches do not determine the outcome of the game when they play to the ability that they are able to play at. This is a phenomenal ball team, and when they decide that they want to take the course into their own hands and they want to control the outcome, they will be unstoppable. But if they continue to, kind of put this in the back burner, instead of realizing what they've done and take this and ride with it and use this and really decide that they can do anything that they set their mind to, whether it's on and off the field. I don't mean to be like a poet or anything here, but this is a phenomenal ball team. And I hope and pray that they take that one game with them the rest of the year, the rest of forever, and realize that they can do hard things independently and together as one, as a team, without any extra support needed. So that's my big thing there. Going into Game 2. Yeah, that was a great game too. Kind of risky. Yeah, I know everybody saw it. I know it's on little snapshots on Facebook. I saw it. Listen, that was just a ballsy call with a ballsy runner on third base. I have a lot of confidence in Shelby and what she brings to the plate. When the going gets tough, Shelby gets going.
Yeah.
She's our unsung hero. She has been for years. She gets no credit ever from the outside world, but we could not and we would not be who we are without her. It was just her moment. And now, is that something where I'm like, oh, it worked, can't wait to do it again? No. You probably won't see that for a couple more years. But as far as players stepping up this weekend, as far as Fairmont goes and really coming through, Delaney, Hannah, Hannah had a wonderful weekend. Hannah Howe has just been on fire. She never gets any credit either. And what a glove at first base. Yeah. Alexis Harward, Emma McLean with the RBI. Everyone stepped up, and it was just a full team effort, and it was just beautiful. It was beautiful.
And then there on Sunday, it was kind of a tale of two different stories. The first game, a 10-8 loss, kind of went back and forth. You're up early, get down, tie it back up. They take the lead late. And then they're on the back half of that, a 2-1 victory with a really good pitching performance from Macy Bogus. What did you think of Sunday's games?
Yeah, so Sunday was kind of like a tale as old as time, where we get into this rut where we put up 4 runs and we get complacent and we think, oh, we're good. and it's not. And that's kind of the atmosphere where the team ends up looking like, you know what, pitcher, just get us all out of this. It's, routine, and this is what it is, and we're good. And you can't do that against a good ball team. Frostburg's 32-6.
Yeah, they're legit.
Then they can hit. You know what I mean? And and we knew that going into it. So I guess the word is disappointed truly after the game with the complacency shown. But I hope that, they take that lesson. I hope they feel that loss. I don't want them to dismiss that loss.
Yeah.
That is a good lesson to learn from and to take that and to move forward and say, that can't happen again. I feel it starting up. Nope, I'm going to cut it, and we're going to balls to the walls here. Let's put up 4 more. I was insanely proud of our hitters for battling back. I think it's been a while since we've gotten down in a position, what was it, 8-5?
Yeah.
And then we came back and we scored the runs. We did what we needed to do. We bounced back. So then I would like to see the fight happen on defense and pitching. So, coulda, shoulda, woulda. But as far as a full team, I hope the lessons that came from that game, I hope they learn from them, they take them, they don't forget them. And then going into game 2, it was really great to see the fight there. Again, Macy had a wonderful ball game as far as keeping the ball low, not letting anything leave the ballpark there. Shelby with the big play at the end. You know what I mean? Like, there's Shelby again. Like, when the moment's tough, thank God it's 11. But, yeah, so that was a big play there, saved the game. But honestly, as far as situational with our team, when we get into these ball games where we have to play and we have to fight, the free bases, we need to cut it.
Yeah.
The walks, the errors, truly. And it's on the routine plays. I'm not expecting these like superhero plays to keep people off base, but I am expecting the routine plays to be made, and I cannot stand a 4-pitch walk with the pitching staff that we have. I understand it happens sometimes, but I have full belief in my pitchers that you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I'm at with that. But yeah, game 2 was definitely much better, and it was great to see the fight of the hitters this weekend.
And now you're on the back half of the 10-game homestand with 6 home games this week. Starting out with Concord on Wednesday, left a bad taste in your mouth the last time you played them down in Athens, and you'll get Salem on Saturday for a non-conference bout, and then Point Park on Sunday for 2 more conference games. What do you want to see out of your girls this week as you get closer and closer to the end of the season?
Okay, so going into the end of the season, the plan still stays the same with as far as attacking, staying in control, making the routine outs, having good pitch selections, all that stuff. But truly, when you get into the end of season here, you're trying to level up on your own team. You're trying to, I'm not trying to necessarily peak. I don't think that's the word. But I am trying to see, how much can we stretch our minds to stay in it for, what's 7 times 6? What is that, 42?
42, yes.
42 innings. Okay, so 42 innings, less if we're lucky. But 42 innings of their mind is in it. And that's, a lot of our things, when you get the athletes and the players that you have here, like what we do at Glenville, a lot of the issues come from between the ears. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So keeping them in it for 42 innings and how well they can do that, because when you go into postseason, it's 4 days straight of games. And you can't have an inning in there where you just lose it in your head and you're not in it. So I think this week right now is a really good chance for them to come out and challenge themselves. And I'm going to challenge them as their coach to do that and see kind of where this takes us. But, yeah, I'm super excited. No slouch game. I will say we do have senior night coming up on Sunday.
Yep.
Yeah, so if anyone out there is listening to this, if you want to come down to the ballpark, it should be a really great time. Is baseball at home this weekend?
Yeah, they are as well with West Virginia Wesleyan.
All right. Okay, so it should be a really good time at the ballpark. I'm super excited about that. Come out and see your baseball team, too. They're on a roll right now, and hopefully they can really, really show Wesleyan, too. What's up? But
and then those games on Wednesday, 3 and 5, and the weekend games, 1 and 3. Coach, appreciate you coming on today, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you so much.